Hi guys, welcome back to Aunt Susie's Kitchen. Today we're going to make a little homemade coleslaw. Super simple. Let's go over these ingredients. I have a red cabbage and a green cabbage. I have a white onion. I have a nice peeled fresh carrot. I've got a little bit of table salt, some mayonnaise, fresh cracked black pepper, a little bit of white vinegar, and a teaspoon of sugar, and of course some salt. Okay, so this is really simple to do, and if you like fresh coleslaw, you'll realize that this is so much easier than buying it, or even buying the bags of it. The bags of it are fine if you're in a pinch. I bought the bags before, but the bags can be pretty pricey, and if you're making coleslaw for a crowd like I usually do, it's much more economical to do this from raw ingredients. And if you have a chopper, you can certainly put this in your chopper at this point. I like to do it by hand because I can control the size of the pieces. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this as thinly as I possibly can. You could also use a mandolin if you wanted to, but I don't know, there's just something about slicing your own cabbage to make coleslaw that is really appealing to me. And cabbage is one of those vegetables that, as it sits, it releases a lot of water and it reduces in size a lot. So if I were to use all of this cabbage that I have here, we're gonna wind up with about, maybe a little more than 2/3 of what we started with. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna just cut this in half one more time, and then I'm gonna throw that in the bowl. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the green cabbage. Okay, so it's really that simple. I also have a white onion, and I'm going to slice that thinly, and then I'm going to chop it really roughly because you don't want pieces of onion throughout when you're eating this. Ooh, that skin is a little see-through. There we go. Okay. You can also grate this if you wanted to. I find that when you grate it, though, it gives it a really pungent, oniony taste. And for some reason, that pungent, oniony taste is not really good in coleslaw. I don't mind it in my potato salad or my macaroni salad, but not in my coleslaw. So I'm just gonna roughly chop this onion and so that's exactly what I'm looking for. And to give you a gauge here, if I was to use a tablespoon, I probably have about 3, maybe 4 tablespoons. And measure it after it's already chopped, obviously. That's good. Okay. I also have a carrot, and I'm gonna grate the carrot right into here because that's just the easier way to do it. I love the way these vibrant colors look when they're all together, the carrot and red cabbage. Okay, that's good. Hold that in there. And now we're going to season it very simply. I have a teaspoon of white sugar here. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. We may need to go back at the end and add a little more salt, but right now this volume looks very big, and I don't want to season to the volume because, like I said, it is going to reduce a lot once the water starts coming out of that cabbage, and you don't want salty coleslaw. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of white vinegar, and then I'm going to grab the mayo, and I'm going to add, for starters, about 5 tablespoons of mayo. And like I said, I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to adjust it as I need it. This is a preference thing. I'm gonna put a pair of gloves on. Normally, I don't wear gloves. My mom never wore gloves. I don't wear gloves. I always have clean hands. And the reason why I want to wear gloves is because mayo is hard to get off your hands. And if I want to touch something else while I'm cooking, I can't. So gloves are easy. They come off really quickly. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix this. And while I'm mixing it, I'm going to actually massage it and encourage the waters to release from the cabbage so that it reduces and gets to the point where we want it and makes a nice creamy sauce. Okay, so at this point now, you need to really taste it and see what's going on in here. Look at those colors. Are those colors not beautiful and vibrant? Who wouldn't be impressed if you showed up at their barbecue with this and then told them that you made it from scratch? The flavor is very good. Perfectly dead on with all of the seasonings. And at this point, you could stop right here. I would put it in the refrigerator for about an hour before you served it and just let those flavors continue to meld. But you can also kick it up a notch, which is something I don't mind doing. And adding just a little bit of Dijon mustard. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon. And then I like to use my favorite herbs. Now, I have used cilantro. Fresh parsley is delicious. But today, I'm going to add just a little bit of fresh scallion, also known as green onion. These have been washed. I wrap them in paper towels and I keep them in my refrigerator, and they last a very long time. So here's a little tip for you, especially for those gardeners out there, which I am also. I cut these right about here. I will take a little bit of the white, where the white meets the green, off of there because there's great flavor there. And then I stop right there. These can go in water on your windowsill. See, they still have their roots. They can go in water on your windowsill. They will continue to grow. In the summertime, I notice they grow at a rate of about 1 inch or 2 overnight every day. So I put these in my windowsill and I let them grow and I snip them and use them and they just continue to grow. You can also transplant them outside. So we're gonna put those to the side. Take these pieces that I just trimmed with a little bit more of the whites of the stem where the white meets the green. I don't want the hollow part on top. That's nice garnish, but it doesn't offer really good flavor. And I'm just gonna rough chop these. And coleslaw is one of those sides that you can really make your own. You know, if you like Asian, you could give it an Asian twist. You can add a little bit of soy sauce. I'm also going to add just maybe 1 or 2 more tablespoons of mayo because I like mine a little bit creamier than this. But like I said, the flavor was perfect. So just gonna mix that in. What else could you do? You could use some cilantro. You could zest a lime in here. And you could make a little bit of Mexican coleslaw that you could have on a taco, fish tacos especially. That would be delicious. There's so many things you can do with it. You could add some raisins and some sliced almonds. Possibilities are only limited to your imagination. So there you go. You see how simple that was? Fast, delicious, economical. It probably cost me $3 to make, and that is a lot of coleslaw that I wound up with. Like I said, it's going to shrink down a little bit as it sits and the water leaches, and it's also going to, you can't see now, but when I take this out of the refrigerator in a couple of hours, especially overnight, down in the bottom you'll see some water start to mix with the mayo, and it's going to make a beautiful creamy kind of like dressing that goes along with it. That's why I like mine better the next day, but it's really good right now. And that's about it. So make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want, hit the little bell too, so every time I post a new video, you'll get a notification and you won't miss anything. Post a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Visit us on social media. Ask Aunt Susie at Facebook, Aunt Susie's Kitchen on Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. Thanks for coming by. Come and see us again because there's always something good cooking in Aunt Susie's Kitchen. Okay, so as promised, here is a shot of what that bottom of the container looks like after just 24 hours. You can see that the liquid has come out of the cabbage. It's mixed with all that delicious mayonnaise and seasoning that's in there and made a beautiful creamy dressing.